One of the biggest mystery when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh is how good is Yugi's grandpa's deck.
My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba.
If you guys haven't watched the Yu-Gi-Oh original series, Yugi's grandpa's deck is absolutely fire, especially in the anime. And in today's video, we're gonna be answering the question, can Yugi's grandpa's deck actually win? And what's gonna happen in today's video is that I'm gonna break down his deck anime style, right? So we're gonna analyze his deck in anime form and see if we can compete with that deck in today's current meta, and then also at the same time revitalizing and revamping this deck to be able to compete in today's modern metagame, and what the deck would look like if we were to play this deck in 2020. If you guys remember the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh, Kaiba comes in, tries to take Grandpa's Blue Eyes, he faces into a duel, Grandpa loses, and then Yugi comes in all heroic and goes like, my grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba. And today I'm going to be analyzing his deck here on YouTube, showcase you guys on what his deck is all about. So it will be really interesting to get these anime character decks and try to make these decks competitive as possible. If this series becomes very, very successful, I want to try to do one for every single Yu-Gi-Oh character in the anime series. So let me know your guys' thoughts about this series in the comment section below. That'll be absolutely amazing. All right, guys, don't waste any more time. Without further ado, can Yugi's grandpa's deck actually win? All right, guys, let's do it. I actually did some research when it comes to utilizing Solomon Moto's Yu-Gi-Oh deck, and this is what I came across. This is his deck list when it comes to the Yu-Gi-Oh animated series. This is what supposedly he used against Kaiba, but we all know that Grandpa versus Kaiba, that didn't end up really well, and Grandpa ended up taking a big fat L, and Yugi gotta come in and go like, yo, my grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba. Exodia based deck. Any deck that plays the 5 piece of Exodia is an Exodia based deck. And we know from the get-go that Grandpa's cards is based out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Exodia. And looking at this right now, can this deck win in today's metagame? I don't know. We're about to find out once we hop into a match to see if we can actually beat our opponent using these cards right here. One of the problems that I see with this deck right now in this current metagame is that the deck is very slow. If your opponent isn't on the same page as you, if you're not playing the exact same caliber type deck like this, if you T-set, if you set one and pass, if you set a card, set one pass, it's not going to be good on your end. You understand what I mean? So here's the deck list. We obviously know that Grandpa plays Blue Eyes because Kaiba ends up taking his Blue Eyes and ends up ripping it in half. So these are the interesting cards that Grandpa played. So we see Blue Eyes, Dark Prisoner. I've never seen this card before. Jenin, Giant Turtle who feeds on flames. I know that card. All 5 pieces. We got Lucky Trinket. Never seen this card in my entire life. Monster Egg, Petite Angel. I know these cards. Petite Angel is an LOB. Phantom Ghost. Never seen this card ever before. This card looks like a flippin' Pokemon. Mystic Tomato, Penguin Soldier, Sangan, which is the Black Forest, Dark Cold, Graceful Charity, Change of Heart, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed, Premature Burial, Regeki, Swords of Real Light, and Upstart Goblin. So we know that these banned cards are available in Grandpa's deck. But the question is any of these banned cards going to make a huge impact when it comes to the involvement of using these cards in Grandpa's deck? You know what I mean? Like, is Pot of Greed really going to do anything? Is Graceful Charity going to do anything? We need to ask these questions to see if we can potentially use these cards in this deck to try to help this deck benefit us in actually winning, right? Like, this whole goal is trying to win with Grandpa's cards. Backup Soldier, Call the Haunted Jar of Greed, Mirror Force right here, Negate Attack, Torrential Tribute, and Triple Trap Hole right here. So the trap cards can become somewhat good. You know, if your opponent doesn't play around Torrential Tribute, they can lose. If they don't play around Trap Hole, surprising, they can lose as well. And especially for decks that are relying on normal summoning. Trap Hole can become, pretty nice if you were to ask me. But this is the traditional deck for Yu-Gi-Oh! Right here. This is what Yu-Gi-Oh! Looked like back in 2002. This is what it looks like when LOB first came out, right? So right here, you guys get a glimpse of what Yu-Gi-Oh! Was all about back in the day. I'm going to take this deck in action right now to see if this deck can actually win in today's current metagame. Without further ado, let's hop to our very first duel and answer the question, can this Grandpa's deck actually win? Okay guys, so the first duel is going to be us using Grandpa's deck version number 1. We're going to see if we can defeat whatever deck Jaden167 is using in today's video. Without further ado, let's begin. So we're going to go paper gang once again. Paper again, are you kidding me, bro? I never back down from paper, so we're going to go paper gang, okay? So he goes rock. I'm going to go first. Okay. Okay, this hand looks... Okay, this is 2 pieces in our hand. We have a Sangan, Dark Hole, and Petite Angel. There's not much we can do. I was expecting at least a trap card that we can actually play with. Like some sort of trap card, maybe a trap hole, or a torrential, or maybe negate attack to stall a couple of turns, or swords that are really light, something like that, you know, a pot of greed maybe. But yo, we need to see the head, man. Come on, man. Yo, you guys giving the head too early, man. You guys got the right arm. We're gonna set the Sangan, and we're gonna set the Dark Hole just for a bluff. And this is called a T set in gold format. So we're gonna T set right here, and we're gonna end our turn. Alright, let's see on what deck this guy is playing right here. To be honest, guys, the chances of me getting OTK is probably a million. Okay, there you go. Yep. Here we go. What I was saying, the chances of me getting FTK is literally it's 100,000% I'm getting FTK right now. Oh, Metal Foes. I haven't seen this deck played in quite a long time, man. The only person I know that plays this deck is probably Yassine. But okay, Metal Foes pop that. What deck is this? Metal Foes Magicians? What kind of concoction of mixture of cards is this? Bismugear. Combo decks. Here we go. Sometimes I just kind of wish, you know, we can have a straight up old school Yu-Gi-Oh battle like this, where it's like gold format, you know, so we can just go T set and stuff like that. That would have been a little bit more epic, but you know what, I gotta face against decks like this in today's metagame, and it's a little bit frustrating because look, I can't show the full power of Grandpa's cards, you know what I mean, and that's gonna be answering today's question, you know, can Grandpa's deck actually win against the meta? And as you guys see right now, it's gonna be actually really hard to compete against today's modern meta with a deck like this, especially if you're T setting, right? Like, and that's why if you guys were to compare GOAT format versus traditional format, not traditional format versus current format, it's hard to actually defeat these type of decks because Yu-Gi-Oh has just changed so much. The pace of this game is ridiculous. Like, the pace of this game is just go, FTK, break my board. If you can't break my board, you literally lose the duel, right? And that's what I'm facing against in today's video. He's gonna go Phoenix. Wow, he's actually scared of my back row. It was just a Dark Hole. That's pretty much it. But we get a Sangan. If I played Battle Fader, that would have been a little bit cool. But Grandpa's cards don't play Battle Fader. That's Jack Atlas, right? I'm pretty sure Jack Atlas plays Battle Fader, if I'm not mistaken. So he's gonna go Link Cross, summons 2 tokens. I can already see where this is ending. I can already see where this is going. It's gonna end up, you know, pretty bad on my end. Okay. Metal Foes. Like I said, guys, the likelihood of me getting FTK'd, OTK'd, is a million gazillion %. So, okay. Cross Sheep. To be honest, guys, I've never seen this type of combo before. So it's very interesting to see something new other than Adamant Speeder, because that's all I've been facing in EDO Pro. Adamant Speeder, Eldritch, Orcus, Pendulum sometimes. Now it's really awesome to see Metal Foes in action. So wow, okay. So Mathrillium with Cross Sheep is actually nice, I can't even lie. Selene as well. Oh my goodness. Selene has 8 counters. What does this card do? Wow. Okay, so it's a fusion summon monster. Okay, so yeah. So if you, I'm pretty sure you can make, yeah, he can make odd eyes with this, right? Yeah, he just bounced Sangan into my hand. He just bounced Sangan into my hand, boys. Access Code Talker? Okay. 53 in attack, wow, what's the lead on the field? And it's gonna make a Vortex, I think? This is gonna make a Vortex, right? Oh, Mithrilium, okay, I thought he was gonna make Vortex. This is already game, right? You guys can see, honestly, if I had Sagan still on the field, I still could have potentially survived one more turn. But this is already game already. Honestly, no, I could have never survived because Access Code could have popped my own set cards anyways. Wow. Grandpa's deck, guys. Version number 1. I can't even lie, it's hard to compete, man. It's very hard. Unless you're playing traditional format. Unless you know that your opponent is playing the exact same playing field. As long as you know that your opponent and you are on the same page, I'm pretty sure it can somewhat compete. Because, old school Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a little bit slower than, of course, the advanced Yu-Gi-Oh! Formats that we have right now. So you guys can see, whatever hand that I had, I could have had Torrential, I could have had Trap Hole maybe, but I'm pretty sure he still would have been able to play through my trap cards regardless. You know what I mean? So it's going to be really hard to compete with Grandpa's deck in today's modern Yu-Gi-Oh! As you guys can see right now. So this is version 1 of the deck. Let's go off to version number 2. Let's showcase version number 2 real quick. Alright guys, as you saw in duel number 1, we got totally annihilated by Metaphors. Metaphors isn't really currently meta, but Pendulums is currently meta, so I can consider that a meta deck in today's current meta game. Obviously, you guys can see the slowness of that, the deck, which is very slow. T setting in today's current meta game is not acceptable, and you will not survive whatsoever. So we taking a big L, just like Solomon Moto in the anime. We took a loss, but that's okay because we're coming back better than ever. And then Grandpa's deck version number 2, we are going to be using all the banned cards to our disposal. Yes, this deck is not available in the current format. It is only available in traditional, but if you wanted to cheat, this is probably the best way to win with Grandpa's cards. And you guys all know the definition of Grandpa's cards is Exodia, because my Grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, and that's what the deck is all about, trying to draw all 5 pieces of Exodia as quickly as possible. And this version of Exodia right here will guarantee you FTK if you are going first 100 gazillion %. And this deck is absolutely fire. Let me explain to you guys what this deck does. Obviously, the main win condition of this deck right here is to draw all 5 pieces of Exodia. Once you have all 5 pieces of Exodia, you automatically win the duels. And also, at the same time, with the addition of Royal Magical Library, this card reads that each time a spell card is activated, you place 1 spell counter on this card. When that spell resolves, you remove 3 spell counters from this card, you draw 1 card. So as you guys can see, 98% of our deck is all spell cards. So if you draw Magical Library with a bunch of spells, we're pretty much going to draw infinite amount of times, and we basically win the duel. We get to use banned cards like Prodigy 3, Graceful Charity. Graceful Charity with Cursed Bamboo Sword is just absolutely spicy, because whenever this card gets sent to the graveyard, you get to search a Broken Bamboo Sword or another Pot of Greed directly from your deck to your hand, which Pot of Greed is in another form of Golden Bamboo Sword. So we're playing a lot of Pot of Greeds in the deck. We're playing lots of draw power in this deck. Dark World Dealing is the same thing. Draw 1 card, send Cursed Bamboo Sword to the graveyard, you search a Golden Bamboo Sword. Magical Mallet and also Reload is in the deck is because sometimes you draw with too many monsters in your opening hand, and surprisingly you don't see enough spell cards. Yes, Reload and Magical Mallet, yes, it is a -1, but getting that refresh start to potentially draw into your Pot of Greed and also Graceful Charity is what is important when it comes to playing Grandpa's deck version number 2 against the current metagame. So I doubt if we go first, we're not going to lose. 1,000,000% if we go first, we're not going to lose unless our opponent main decks Duel Lockbird, which I can 100% guarantee that nobody main decks Duel Lockbird in today's current metagame. So this right here looks like a very beautiful concoction of banned Yu-Gi-Oh cards for Grandpa's deck version number 2. I'm pretty sure this deck is going to be able to win fairly easily while going first. So let's give this deck a test in today's current metagame. Let's do it. Alright guys, off to version number 2. As you guys can see, this is only going to be available for traditional format. We're going to try to see if we can actually FTK our opponent right here. First or second, without further ado, let's begin. So, okay, so we're going to go first. So the likelihood of us FTKing our opponent with Grandpa's deck is literally almost 99%. Like, I sometimes, I've tested this deck out. Okay, with our hand, it is literally 99% guaranteed FTK. This is absolutely ridiculous. So we open up with the Graceful Charity, Pot of Greed, of course, Royal Magical Library, 1 Day of Peace, and of course, Cursed Bamboo Sword. Right here, we're going to start off with, of course, Royal Magical Library. We're gonna go with 1 day apiece first right away. Let's go 1 day apiece. Both players are gonna let us. Each player is gonna draw 1 card though, but it doesn't matter if your opponent draws a card because we're gonna be FTKing him right now. And this is the beauty of Grandpa's card. Grandpa's cards, if you guys were to think about it, is basically revolving around Exodia. So old school Yu-Gi-Oh, can we possibly draw the 5 piece of Exodia the way that Yugi did without Yugi's luck? I have no idea. I'm not Yugi, so I don't know. But with this thing right now, we are guaranteed in traditional format to actually kill our opponent with this hand that we have right now. Unless we get trolled. That's the only way we lose, is if we get trolled Lockbird. So I'm gonna go 1 day apiece. Okay, 1 day apiece. Imperm. Why would he imperm now? Okay, that's fine. Wow, okay. So my Royal Magical Library is completely useless at this point. We can go Pot of Greed. Draw 2. Oh yeah, we're winning this duel. Graceful. Okay, we can discard Bamboo. Oh, these are all good draw cards. And Upstart. No, and 1 day apiece. Activate Bamboo. We can search the Broken Bamboo Sword directly from our deck to our hand. We can have equipped to the Royal Magical Library. This is literally the definition of my grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards. This is literally the definition because every single card in this deck right now has 0 pathetic cards. So we're gonna go, of course, Cursed Bamboo Sword. Draw 2. We're gonna go, of course, Upstart Goblin. Okay, so we drew 1 piece, the left leg. We can go Graceful Charity. We can discard, of course, the Curse and the Dark World Dealings. Activate Bamboo Sword again. Third, go to Bamboo Sword directly from our deck to our hand. So now we can go Bamboo. Okay, we can draw 2 more cards. We can go Pot of Greed. You guys can already know where this is going. The likelihood of me FDKing our opponent right now is literally 1,000,000%. We can go this again. Draw 2. Like, we also have Reload as well. Reload is really good early game because 1, it helps gives counters to Royal Magical Library. Team Samurai, this is stupid. I'm so sorry, man. Sometimes you open up with too many pieces and not enough spell cards. So Reload and cards like Magical Mallet can help us shuffle back those pieces to help us refresh with a new hand. Although it is a neck 1, the fact that we're able to refresh our hand is the most important part. How about this Exodia FTK deck, aka Grandpa style, right? So we're gonna go Pot of Greed again. Draw. And this is, yeah, so we already have 4 pieces of Exodia in our hand. We can go Upstart Goblin. Let's see what we can draw. Upstart. Okay, that's 5 pieces. That's 5 pieces. Literally, my grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards right here. Literally, as you guys can see, this is literally Exodia Turbo when it comes to utilizing grandpa's cards. So we already know that 100% if this deck is able to go first, we are guaranteed to win the duel 1,000,000 gazillion %. Okay, so this is going to be version 2 of the deck. You guys have seen that this is kind of like the unfair version. It is kind of not justifiable, you know what I mean? Like, we are playing banned cards in this deck, which is definitely not acceptable and is not allowed. But we know that this deck can win. This deck can win because of the amount of banned cards that we have in this deck. And that's why cards are banned for a reason. You guys can see Royal Magical Library with this type of FTK. You draw all 5 pieces of Exodia. You literally win the duel. Although that this deck is susceptible to draw a Lockbird. Hash Blossom, it can't really do anything. But if I have multiple Pot of Greeds or multiple draw cards in my hand, I'm pretty much gonna win the duel anyways. So this deck can easily play through Ash Blossom if you were to ask me. Version number 3 is gonna be current format, and we're gonna see if this deck is gonna be able to compete in today's modern game. And we're gonna be answering the question, can this deck actually win? Alright guys, let's get started.
I've assembled all 5 special cards, all 5 pieces of the puzzle. Obliterate!
Alright guys, welcome to version number 3 of Grandpa's deck. I gotta say, I don't like this. I don't like this. You guys can see where this is already going. This is not looking good. Grandpa has officially became evil. Grandpa has officially gone to the dark side because Grandpa cannot win without Mystic Mind. This is what the deck's version is going to look like when it comes to the current format. If Grandpa was still alive and playing, I'm pretty sure he's still alive, and still playing Yu-Gi-Oh till this day and not working at his game shop, and he'll be competing at YCS regionals, he'll be going to locals every weekend, this is the deck that Grandpa would play. And you guys can already see it is evident because Jeff Leonard, the Mystic Mind Master, I'm not saying he's a grandpa, but he's a dad. He's a dad, right? And dads in Yu-Gi-Oh always play Mystic Minds. So Grandpa will play this deck 1,000,000 gazillion%. You guys see with this deck right here, it is a Mystic Mind based deck. What you're trying to do with this deck is draw as much cards as possible with cards like Pot of Extravagance, Duality, Ledger's a Ledgerman, and stack your opponent's deck so that way that they cannot see cards to get rid of your Mystic Mind. Once you resolve Mystic Mind and Field Barrier, you literally win the entire duel. You got Shard of Greed to help you draw 2 cards, which is really awesome. Every single standby phase, whenever it passes by, every single standby phase it gains 2 greed counters. Every standby phase it gets a greed counter. You can remove 2 greed counters from this card. You draw 2 cards, essentially a Pot of Greed. Which is absolutely amazing. I'm going to be playing this deck in action to see if this deck can actually win in today's current metagame. Alright guys, I'm pretty sure there's no need to explain what this deck's goal is. This deck goes like always with all the other Exodia decks, Grandpa's decks, is to try to draw all 5 pieces of Exodia as quickly as possible. And the easiest way to accomplish that is by resolving Mystic Mind. Once you resolve Mystic Mind, you literally win the duel. If you go first, if you don't open up with DD Guide and also Mystic Mind, you can open up with Mystic Mind and also Field Barrier as well. Field Barrier will prevent Mystic Mind from getting destroyed, which is really awesome. So as long as Mystic Mind is face up on the field with Field Barrier and your opponent doesn't have a monster and you don't have a monster, you're pretty much just gonna win the duel because Mystic Mind's on the field. And especially for those going first base decks or combo heavy oriented decks in today's current metagame, they do not play any main deck outs in their deck. You know, everybody just combos off. The only cards that everybody main decks right now is Dark Rule No More, and I feel like this card is very important, especially if I can go second. Mystic Mind's a little bit better going second, especially these 2 card combo, Mystic Mind and also Dark Rule No More. Being able to Dark Rule them and then Mystic Mind, you pretty much just win the game, and that means you're just guaranteed to draw your Exodias. And the wonderful thing about Mystic Mind based decks is that most of the time, if players do not have a main deck out to Mystic Mind, they automatically scoop. So you have 2 win conditions in this deck: drawing all 5 pieces of Exodia and your opponent automatically forfeiting into game 2, which is insane. So usually your opponent would just scoop, or if they don't scoop, they'll learn it the hard way. Then you just draw all 5 pieces and just tell your opponent that your deck has no pathetic cards and you just win the entire duel. So that's the whole entire basis of this deck: to Mystic Mind your opponent and then to draw the 5 pieces of Exodia. And this is what Grandpa's deck will look like in the 2020 metagame. And now this is when we answer the ultimate question: can Grandpa's deck actually win in 2020? Alright guys, without further ado, let's hop right into the third and final duel. Alright guys, let's do it. Grandpa's deck version number 3. As you guys saw earlier in the deck profile where I explained to you guys what the concept of the deck was. Yes, I understand not a lot of people love the idea of playing this deck, but hey, this is what the deck is going to look like in the 2020 format, especially you're going to be utilizing Grandpa's cards. Grandpa's cards is all about Exodia. You know, my Grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, is literally Exodia, and this is the perfect duel. We're going to be facing against Blue Eyes in today's video. This is going to be beautiful. We got Pod Duality with Pot of Extravagance in our hand as well, with Dark Rule No More, Field Barrier, and also the right arm of the Forbidden One. Let's see if we can destroy our opponent right here, Kaiba, with this right here. Alright guys, I'm super excited. Wow, okay, so you do the Jackalope, the one of. Must be nice, Bulotic. But anyways, so we got Dark Rule No More, which is really awesome. It's one of the new edition cards that I tried in the deck, especially for going second purposes. As long as you can see Mystic Mind and cards with Field Barrier or dig through your deck for stuff like that, you pretty much have Mystic Mind pretty much good to go. You know, I mean, Mystic Mind is very awesome. It's one of the best cards in today's metagame, one of the cheapest cards in today's metagame, especially if you're trying to play an old school deck like this, like Exodia. And this is how we're going to be able to accomplish this FTK. Not FTK, this is going to take a couple turns. This is how we're going to accomplish this win condition in the 2020 metagame, utilizing Grandpa's cards. So, trade in. Wow. This is literally like the anime, guys. This is literally advanced format anime right here. Grandpa versus Kaiba, man. But this time the table is gonna turn, man. Hopefully I win. Hopefully Grandpa wins, man. If I lose, that's okay, man. I just want to see if it's gonna be able to compete in today's metagame. That's the whole entire purpose of this video. I gotta say, if I resolve Mystic Mind, I'm pretty much gonna win. Okay, there you go. There you go. Mystic Mind. Honestly, there are so many things I can bait out. Hope Harbinger. I can Extravagance first. We got Dark Rune No More, right? This card is one of the best cards to go second with. And every deck should be main decking this card right now. But I can always use this next turn, right? Let me just Dark Rune No More first. Yeah, I think I win the duel now. Unless he has a main deck out to it. Sure. That's fine. Okay, so he tributed the Spirit for what? What's the purpose of tributing Spirit? Does he want less monsters on the field? If he doesn't scoop to Field Barrier, I'm pretty sure he has a main deck out to this. Off Duality, we get Shard of Greed. shard. That's it. And now we just patiently wait. Let's see how many turns we can... Yeah, he definitely has an out. Usually people scoop to Mystic Mine though. 2 pieces. Banish 6. Okay, we drew another Extravagance and also Ledger as well. We can go Ledger right now. In 3 turns we get those cards to our hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Terraforming, Duality. Okay, that's pretty much it. Alright. I know guys, this is probably the most unfair win YuGiOh, but I'm just scared that if he outs Cosmic Cyclone, I'm just scared of Cosmic Cyclone right now. You're not going to scoop? Oops. Banish 6. Yeah guys, every time this happens, yeah, every time this literally happens, they just scoop when they Mystic Mine, unless they have an out. I'm gonna go Ledger one more time. Oh, this guy has an out. This guy, yeah, he has an out. 100,000,000% he has an out. Left arm. Okay, so we know a 4th piece is coming off Ledger, so we gotta wait. Oh man, it's taking forever. I'm scared, bro. Okay. Okay, so I have Solemn Judgment. We're lit. Wow, again. Yeah, guys, we're pretty much lit. We have Judgment for his Cosmic. This guy is not scooping, bro. So there's 4 pieces. Alright, guys, we know I have 4 pieces right now. Ledger is going to give me the 5th piece. This can be super epic, guys. There's no need for me to draw. I can potentially draw into another Judgment. Banish all 3. Draw 1. Another Ledger. We can go another Ledger right now. I gotta make sure I got cards left. Let's go Duality. Oh, we can get Goddess Gold. Okay. I can activate this. Look at the top 3 cards of this deck. Now we can 100% guarantee that he'll never see Cosmic Cyclone. Let me look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Oh, yes. You can have this Spirit, bro. Good luck. This is it, guys. This is it. This is literally the most degenerate way to win in YuGiOh. This is literally the most degenerate way. This is literally Grandpa's deck in 2020. Yeah, he's never seeing it now. He should scoop. He should have just scooped. And I think... Oh, yes. I get to resolve Ledger. I win. I win the duel, baby. I win the duel. I win the duel. That was the worst way to win. I have to admit, that is one of the worst possible ways to win in YuGiOh. But answering the question, can Grandpa's deck win in the 2020 metagame? Can we use Grandpa's cards?
Yes, we can.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys give this video a huge thumbs up. It'll mean a lot to me. I worked super hard on this video and I'm trying my best to bring you guys some new content and new series here on the channel. I know there's not much going on in YuGiOh right now other than online tournaments, and there's nothing really going on right now in today's current metagame because of, you know, the COVID-19 pandemic. But I really hope you guys enjoy videos like these. I got more videos coming up. If you guys have any new video suggestions, please leave it in the comment section below. What type of content do you guys want to see here on the channel? I love making new videos. I love exploring new content. And if you guys want to see anything, be sure to suggest it in the comment section below. And I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If this episode does really well, I'll continue the series. Maybe I'll break Seto Kaiba's deck next, or Yami Yugi's, or Joy Wheeler's deck. Who knows? But I had so much fun making this video for you guys today. And can we answer the question, can Grandpa's deck win? Traditionally, in today's current metagame, unfortunately, no. If you wanted to cheat and use ban cards, 100,000% yes. And if you want to be degenerate and win with Mystic Mine, you can 100% do that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun making this video. And it's your boy Sam from Team Sam signing out. Alright guys, peace.